My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big Riovaz man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
We acknowledge the traditional owners of country throughout Australia and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to This Song Is Yours. We're a music podcast that chats to artists, musicians and creatives on their songwriting craft and upcoming projects. I'm your host Simon Fink and welcome to episode 248. Our guest for today's episode is American musician and producer Riovaz. He's a talented young man who blends the line between electronic music, pop and rap, and he recently released his Disturb the Norm EP. I was lucky enough to head to Sydney earlier this week and sit down with Rio for an in-person conversation. As always, if you're not already subscribed to this podcast, please make sure you go and subscribe on whatever application that you use to get your good podcasts from, as well as interviewing Rio while we were in Sydney. We also filmed some stuff for our YouTube series for The Record. So please go and make sure you subscribe to all of our socials, YouTube, Insta, and TikTok. Those links can be found in today's show notes. Our guest today is Riovaz. He's a young musician and producer from New Jersey in the United States and hit it big during the pandemic with his track Prom Night. While stuck in lockdown, the track went viral on TikTok and changed his life for the better for those who are playing at home. Prom Night is currently sitting at over 134 million streams on Spotify and has even continued to grow since I checked it only a few days ago. A lot of his success is being attributed to the uniqueness of his unique sound, with it being a blend or a bit of a genre melting pot, if you will, of genres that include house music, emo rock, rap, pop music. This caught the eye of a number of labels, but especially Darkroom Records, and in partnership with Geffen Records, who they signed Rio late last year, meaning that he's now joined a roster that includes Billie Eilish, Phineas and Olivia Rodrigo. Riovaz was in the country earlier this week to support David on his Australian shows, and as I mentioned before, I was fortunate enough to spend some time with him before he headed off to soundcheck. In today's episode, we're talking to Riovaz about how music was always around him and his family when he was younger, and we discuss his talented siblings and whether there's any kind of crossover or collaboration between them. We discuss the creative process for him and this project and how he found himself releasing an EP like Disturb the Norm. We talked to Riovaz about his live shows, which are titled the Rioraves, and whether we can expect to see him bringing Rioraves for a full tour down in Australia at any point. We have put links in the show notes where you can stream Disturb the Norm, and you can check out all of Rio's social media pages in the show notes as well. We do want to give a huge shout out to Amber from Inside Out for her help with today's episode. Here is our conversation with Riovaz.
Superstar, it's hard to let you in, but you're on my skin. Told you a million times. You let me have you hypnotized.
Please welcome to This Song Is Yours, Riovaz. Hello, sir. How are we?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Of course, anytime.
Now, firstly, welcome to Australia. You are currently in Sydney. We're chatting in the middle of the city in Sydney. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, first time. Very, very nice place.
It is very exciting. You're here, I believe, tonight supporting David in his shows. How are you feeling about, I guess, making your Australian debut?
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting show. I think Rio and David fans are very different, so it's just going to be a very interesting blend of the crowd. So we'll just see how it goes tonight.
I am very excited to see how you go tonight, and I'm sure that there are going to be a lot of people at the gig very excited to see yourself. I know that there's been a lot of excitement around the brand new EP that came out, Disturb the Norm. Firstly, congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
An incredible EP. How are you feeling now that it's out?
I'm so glad it's out. It's like a weight off my shoulders because I've been making this music dating back from like early last summer. So like having it officially be out is just such a relief. And I'm just glad people are liking the sound.
100%. I'm going to look at my phone only because I wanted to read something out and I had to make sure the quote was correct. There is, by Pigeons and Planes, Best New Artist, by Office Magazine, Boundless in his craft and sound, in Ones to Watch, You Need to Be Paying Attention to Him, Enemy, easy to see why his growing legion of fans keep hitting replay. Are you surprised at the success of your music so far?
I wouldn't say surprised because like I've always like known I'd make it somehow, like even when I was like 13, because like I just felt like my sound, like there's no like overlooking or like denying it. And then I'm just really glad it's all happening now, and it's just such a nice feeling.
100%. It is, as I mentioned, Disturb the Norm. It's a brilliant EP. I would love to discuss, I guess, to begin with, your first introduction to music. Yourself and your family are New Jersey natives, if I've got that correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that obviously New Jersey is famous for its music scene. You've got Bon Jovi, you've got Jack Antonoff, you've got Bruce Springsteen, which seems like that's the craziest one that I almost forgot. But not known for its, like, I guess, electro or dance scene. What was it like growing up in New Jersey to begin with, and then how did you get your introduction to music?
Yeah, I mean, New Jersey has always been very calm to me. I mean, I grew up around a very musical family who always just like loved music, so like they pushed that passion onto me, and I just been surrounded around a lot of Spanish music because my parents come from Ecuador, so like a lot of Argentinian rock or just like native Ecuadorian music. But like my first love for music really came from like Michael Jackson when I was like 5 years old. So like that was like one of the first artists I stanned ever. So like I would say he's like the beginning.
100%. Is there what did I read? I think your parents were into Argentinian alternative rock.
Yeah.
And I guess with that kind of cross section of music being played throughout your house, like what was it that drew you to the music that you're making now, like to more dance and electronic orientated music?
It just all happened like evolution. Like I started making electronic music like almost 2 years ago. It's all very recent. Just because like I heard a dance song I really liked, which influenced me to like start making it. So it's just like my love for music that my parents pushed onto me really like it stayed with me. So in a way that I could develop my own music taste, and it's just like it's all evolution. So it's just me finding stuff on the internet now.
100%. We've spoken to a few artists where I guess, especially being of a younger generation, that you're less likely to be focused on one single genre and more like a bit of a melting pot of genres. I know, what was it? Prom Night became quite popular when you were still in high school 3 years ago. 3 years ago now.
3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I was like 15.
Yeah, what was that experience like? Because I think you're in the middle. Is that for the US? Is that still middle school, or is
No,
that
it's high school.
That's high school.
I was like, I made it when I was a sophomore, but then it blew up when I was a junior. So like a year after, like it blew up on TikTok when I dropped it.
I imagine that's like a wild experience.
Yeah, it was during quarantine, so I was just like, I was not going to school, so I was at home, just like looking on my phone, scrolling, and seeing like all the videos of Under the Sound go up like by thousands each day. So it was like a really weird experience.
What was the first, when you were able to, like, quarantines ended, you were able to kind of go and see some physical or tangible measure of that success. What was that like?
That was the best. That was the best because I had just graduated high school, and then I had a show the next day in New York City, and a sold-out show, and like it was so crazy, like hearing them like sing my songs, that like songs I've made in my house, that like I've written on my phone, and just like hearing that resonate with them. So crazy, such a wild experience. It's like chills throughout my entire body.
I love that. I know, I don't think it was Prom Night, I think it was another single, was written on your Notes app, or began on your Notes app. What is the usual process for yourself in terms of songwriting, and like where a song will start compared to where it kind of finishes?
Yeah, I always find the beat first, and then I'll just like replay the beat like hundreds of times over until like I have the song, and then I'll just like I'll find the melody, then I'll like record it on my voice memos on my phone so I don't forget it, and then I just write it on my notes app, and then I record it, and then that's it. It's a very simple process.
I do love that. I'm wondering for yourself, obviously with this kind of level of I don't want to say fame, with all this attention on you, is there...
Well, we got a minute. I'm going to buy that truck I've been wanting.
Wait, don't you need, like, weeks to shop for a car?
I don't. Carvana makes it super convenient to find exactly what I want.
Hold up. You're buying a car on your phone? Isn't that more of a laptop thing?
You can shop wherever you want.
I like to do my research, read reviews, compare models. Plus, Carvana has thousands of options. How'd you decide on that truck?
Because I like it.
Oh, that is a great reason.
Go to Carvana.com to sell your car the convenient way.
This summer, Instacart presents famous summer flavors coming to your front door. Or pool. Or hotel.
Your grocery delivery has arrived, sir.
That was faster than room service.
No violins in the lobby.
Oh, seriously? Anyway, sit back, relax, and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Starring your favorite snacks, drinks, and more. Download Instacart for free delivery on your first 3 orders. Rated H for hungry audiences. Offer valid for a limited time. Minimum $10 per order. Excludes restaurants. Additional terms and fees apply.
People reaching out to you now, kind of wanting to collaborate, or people that you want to reach out to and speak to in terms of getting on board and seeing what you can do?
Yeah, throughout this whole journey, I've had like artists that I've looked up to when I started, like, yeah, just like artists I looked up to in general, like have reached out to me, and like Pink Panthers, like she was one of my inspirations for making like this whole like drum and bass or like electronic music in the beginning. So like her like knowing about me and like listening to the project, really it was just like a crazy feeling.
I can imagine, especially as you said, it was done in the midst of COVID. You're doing it from your bedroom, and something that's a very like insular kind of process. Mm-hmm. It would be wild to have these people that you know and look up to reach out and say that they're a fan.
Yeah, no, it's such a crazy thing. It's like I always geek out about that.
In terms of, I guess, what we can expect tonight in Sydney, but also I think there was a sold out US tour. There are European dates currently on sale, or maybe even sold out already, for what you've built as the Rioraves.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about, I guess, your live show and what people can expect from that?
My live show is just like, it's like, I grew up off like hip hop music, a lot of rap music, like from the SoundCloud era, so like Famous Dex, Playboi Carti, that sort of thing. So like my performances they're like hip hop, punk based, like energy wise, but I'm singing dance songs, so just like a lot of people jumping off stage, throwing water, mosh pits. It's just like a lot of hectic energy. So that's what you can expect from a show from me. Like my Rio Rave tour in the US was actually insane. The fans are wild.
I did see some footage and some photos from it, and it does look, and I mean this is a compliment, it looks debaucherous, it looks crazy.
Yeah, no, it's very chaotic in such a beautiful way though.
Yeah.
Like people, like that's something people will not like forget. A lot of like kids that came up to me after the show said that was their first show ever. So like hearing that is just like the best, because like I take performances so like seriously, like a part of my craft. So it's just a nice thing.
100%. It is something that, again, I know fans are looking forward to hear. As you're kind of going through this process and still making a name for yourself, is it weird to you, I guess, that you are on the opposite side of the world playing to people that are really excited about your music, that it's not just reaching people in New Jersey, in the US, but it is going worldwide, I guess? Yeah,
like I was just in the cafe an hour ago, and then I just got a DM from one of my producers who said that his friend who works at the cafe recognized me, like I was eating a cinnamon roll or something, Cinnabon or something, and a ham and cheese croissant, and said she recognized me. So like having that across like the entire world is so crazy. It's so wild to me.
That you've now got to watch out for TMZ and everything like that in Australia as well. It's going to be
I hope not. That would be terrible.
For you, is there an element of wanting to, I guess, keep some privacy with your project and your persona, in terms of, obviously people are going to want to see you live and you're performing live, but yeah, is that side something that you're not interested in? I guess the Fame TMZ style side of things.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Like, of course, that's great, but like stuff like that is draining, you know. And I like me as a person, I wouldn't even like that. But like, it just comes with like success and just like being good at what you do. But I do like privacy. I really enjoy it.
No, look, I very much appreciate that, and I think we might be similar in that kind of vein. I wanted to talk about, obviously, with success, there was, what was it? I think it was another podcast that you went on to. You discussed how, with the success you've had so far, you're able to buy your parents a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think create a new studio for yourself. Has there been any more, like, I don't want to say indulgent, I guess... Again, you're doing pretty well. Like, you're having great success over the world. Is there anything you've added to the studio since? Is there anything that you're kind of not what's the word? Not splashing cash on, but like treating yourself in a way?
Yeah, usually I just treat myself with new equipment and clothes. Literally that. But anything other than that, like, I like to give to others. Like, I bought that for my parents. Yeah, I love helping my family out a lot. So that's very important to me because we're all a tight-knit Hispanic family. It's just how I grew up. But yeah, that's how I usually treat myself. A lot of clothes.
I love that. I did read that you were very close with your family. I think your brother is also is he quite musical, or is he just into music as well?
He's very musical. He used to make beats, and then like the program he made beats with, that's how I found the program I use now. So yeah, no, he can rap too. But yeah, he's literally my manager though. But he got it all right there.
Yes, right there.
Stylist, everything.
We'll have you on the podcast in a few weeks as well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think your sister is a singer as well. Is there any opportunities, or has there been any times where you've kind of collaborated between the three of you, or the two of you?
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. I want to have because I've always wanted like a female singer on like any sort of song of mine. So like I feel like having my sister on like my new album or whatever, or like even a single would be really fire. And it's like a cool story too, like just family stuff, you know.
100%. That is very exciting news. I know that obviously fans are quite excited for what's going on with you. Can we expect maybe some more music from you this year? I know we're talking about the current EP, but is there anything kind of in the pipeline at this point?
Yeah, a lot of music, you know, just continuing to push the boundaries. And like now I feel like my fans already expect that from me. So like this year I'm going to drop more singles. So just like expect a lot of more electronic stuff. It's going to be cool.
That's very exciting. As we mentioned, you are here playing with David. Can we, not to be selfish, but can we maybe expect to see you back here in Australia at some point, playing your own headline shows?
Absolutely,
at some point?
Yes. I want to come back so bad, yeah. No, like, outside of the David show, like, my fans have been asking me to come here for a long time. So, like, do you want me to go to Brisbane?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people want me to go there.
I can see that working. Brisbane is very... I don't want to insult anyone from Brisbane. I would say if we're comparing, Brisbane might be like the Miami of Australia in terms of... No.
Miami sounds crazy.
As in like very beachy, very sun-kissed, topless people partying. Maybe Miami might not be the right reference, but... Yes, I'm thinking of Gold. Thank you. I might have had the wrong reference there. I'll send through the right ones when you come back. We've flown in from Adelaide, which is a different city. And I spoke to quite a lot of people that are excited there to have the possibility to see you. So I know when and if you do announce a full tour, that there's a lot of people kind of clamouring to come see you. In terms of you are on tour, are you able to write and record while on the road? Are you someone who can kind of produce in the hotel bedroom?
Yeah, I can do that easily. I mean, I've come from making music in my bedroom, so like, I don't usually make music on the road because I like to like focus on like what's happening on stage and my stage presence and like all that. But like, I definitely can do that.
Do you find inspiration while you're in the road? Has there been anything? I think it was Billie Eilish's brother found inspiration in like our crosswalk, the noise that is in the...
Oh, that's same thing for me. You know, he literally here, you press the button, and then when it turns red, it makes that like beep.
Yes, yeah.
I literally recorded that on my phone like a day ago.
You've jumped ahead to what I was going to ask. Yeah, that's sick. So I guess you can... Well, can we expect to hear Sydney in some future track?
Yeah. No, and even in the zoo, I was recording sounds like the birds.
That is awesome. I'm very excited to hear this new music.
It's going to come dope. It's going to be so dope.
We would usually ask, I guess, what they're currently listening to. Is there anything at the moment that is on high rotation for yourself or that's kind of on repeat? Yeah,
there's this artist named Tisa Korean. He just dropped the EP, or I don't know if it's an EP or album. It's just like, it's like a modern day Soulja Boy type sound. It's like very 2000s, and just like you want to do the Dougie to it or something, the Cat Daddy. You just want to dance, shake your hips. Yeah, like Lil B based music.
Okay, sick. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
We will put that pic in the show notes of this podcast episode when it does go live. We'll also put all the details for your EP, Disturb the Norm, in the podcast episodes. Riovaz, thank you very much.
Of course, thank you
for joining us today and being on the pod.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jen from the I Mom So Hard podcast.
Now listen, we don't want to brag, but yes, we are moms. We're average moms.
Below average sometimes.
But we're not just moms.
Yeah, we don't want you to think that we're just moms. And we're not just supermodels either. We're not just pieces of meat,
That's right. We're not even close.
Yeah.
But we are comedians, and we're also best friends.
We're also best-selling authors.
And television writers.
And we created a viral web series.
With over 300 million views.
Okay,
What's up?
bragging.
Who's bragging? And we were in our swimsuits. Again, not supermodels.
We're also podcasters.
Are we podcasting right now?
Not right now, but we have been podcasting for 3 years. We're bringing laughs every Tuesday to women and moms everywhere.
And one dude who's a sophomore in college, his name's Greg, whatever, he messaged us and made me feel cool.
So nice. Amazing. Please listen to the I Mom So Hard podcast on Acast.
Woo!
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.